You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Well, here we are out in Plymouth at the Farmers Market. I should say the Plymouth Farmers Market, because we have the Farmers Market up in Pine Grove on Wednesdays, in Jackson on Sundays, Sutter Creek on Saturdays, and I'm here with Kerry Williams, and he's the gentleman who's been really trying to coordinate all this year, and it is quite a job. I mean, we're all over the county, and now we're out here in Plymouth. Their farmers market doesn't run all year, so this one has just started up, and it'll run for a couple more months.
Right, it'll run towards the end of September, and to kind of clarify the difference between this market and the other three farmers market, even though we do have local farmers here selling local fresh food, this is also a fundraiser by the Rotary Club of Plymouth. And they do this as a fundraiser to support particularly the local schools. So it's a good event for the city of Plymouth, and it's a good event to feature some of our local farmers, many of them who are really local, just right up around Fiddletown and just right up Shenandoah Road.
Yeah, we're going to be able to interview a few of those. Yeah. We're going to walk around and talk to everybody, and you know, Plymouth is such an incredible place to have a fair and a festival, and you know, these markets. We did the flea market, which is a huge attendance. You know, people love coming out here, and it's just a quiet area and a little different, and you can really find everything you need. You have to spend a lot of time, but you can swing in and get it quickly and be out. And you know, the farmers markets, you have to hit them wherever they are.
Well, this one particularly, you can want to stick around a little bit longer, because if you look behind us, the tables are set for a catered meal. And tonight, I think it's Clark's Corner.
Oh, great.
Yeah, from out of Bayonne. And also there is wine being served. So you can shop, take some wine, and have dinner. So it's an awesome evening.
Well, you're taking good care of the people out here at the Farmers Market in Plymouth. I'm not sure we have any catered dinners up there in Pine Grove.
No,
we're going to have to put that in the suggestion box.
No, those markets are strictly shopping markets.
Well,
nevertheless.
This is a special one out here. We're going to have to talk to Hal Gamble, too, because he's providing some music, and we're going to go over and talk to the Rotary guys, and stay with us, and we're going to get around and seat everybody.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Wow, what a beautiful selection of fruits. You're Kelly, right? Yeah, I think we've met before at one of the other markets. How are you? You're the name of, I know your thing says the Fruit Factory, but you have a long farm name, don't you?
It's called the Schladewitz Family Farms.
That's right. That's right. What a beautiful, you know, production you guys provide each market. This is incredible. Look at the size of these peaches. It's just beautiful. And your specialty now that you're, I see these tomatoes and different types of...
We got beefsteak tomatoes, red flame grapes, seedless, regular Thompson, the little champagne grapes. 95% of those go for making wine or champagne. Then we got the Fay Alberta peaches, a Freestone peach, and a sweet yellow nectarine, and the white nectarines are to die for right now.
These Thompson grapes, you don't see these all over. These are especially delicious. I know they're made for making champagnes and those wines, but look at that. That is just an amazing product there. And where are these grown, Kelly?
Sanger, California.
And where's that exactly?
It's about 160 miles southeast of here, down in Sanger.
Wow, Sanger, that's right. Yeah, these are beautiful. We have to see those beefsteak tomatoes there. Roll down there, and we'll take a good look at those. Got the big... Oh, these are beefsteaks. My Lord, look at that.
Only the tomato we grow. The biggest one I've had so far weighed almost 2 pounds.
That is beautiful. I'm sorry I couldn't hear you. I was looking at the tomato, and I had the microphone stuck in my face because I was going to start chewing on the microphone.
On our beefsteak tomatoes, the biggest one I've had so far weighed almost 2 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Average weight on them right now is about a pound, pound and a quarter on some of them. Some of the smaller ones, about 3/4 of a pound.
Oh, those are just beautiful. And people can even get a little taste there. Yeah, Kerry?
When you have a chance, stop by the Farms of Amador table so they can talk about the farm tour that's coming up next month.
Oh, you bet.
Would you?
We'll definitely make that a point. Kelly, these look just beautiful. I'm sure people will be taking a little taste and get some of the plums. Yeah, look at that. You can just sprinkle a little bit on there. I'll come back shortly and have a little bit.
Help yourself to anything you want.
Thanks, Kelly. Okay, we're over here, this farm tour dinner that Kerry mentioned. Well, it's Susan, right?
Yeah, hi there, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. And what is the farm tour dinner all about, Susan?
The farm tour is an event that's been going on in Amador County for about 20 years. It is, this year, 4 different farms, and then a wonderful all-local dinner at Hellwig Winery.
Oh, great. And which farms are being toured?
We're doing Casa de la Pradera, which is Alice Kaiser, who's over there selling produce. Vina Nichetto, who's actually pouring wine here this evening. Abbondanza, who's Daniel D'Agostini, who has a really lovely garden out in Shenandoah Valley. And then Sobon's Winery and Museum is also on the tour.
Great tour. Those locations are fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Daniel too. We're going to go over and see Alice. We're going to start at the end and maybe work our way all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the dinner will be at Hellwig at 5 o'clock, and it just should be lovely.
Well, that is a perfect place to be there in the evenings. The sunset up there in Hellwig is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous setting.
Well, thanks so much for letting us find out a little bit more about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, have fun now. Maybe I won't get very far since I'm standing right here with Austin Ford. I might as well just chat him up a little bit.
How you doing, bud?
How are you, Austin? Good to see you.
Good. Oh, thank you for coming here.
Well, I know your Rotary group is really involved with the market out here. That's an unusual thing because most of the markets just handle their own little thing in each town, and to have the Rotary involved and supporting and having a little more of a catered dinner and everything, this is more of an exciting event.
Yeah, no, I think we have a really nice relationship, a nice partnership with the Amador Farmers Market people, and so we sort of facilitate. They send the produce vendors, they send the musician, right? And then obviously we're providing the facility. We arrange for someone to pour wine. Okay, it's Vino Nichetto. This week, Jim Gillette, right? Actually, Jim was one of the founders of this, along with Tracy Berkner over at Taste. You know, they started pulling this together, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. And it's just people come here just to sit and have a glass of wine, and then we arrange for the food. Van O'Clock's Corner is here this week, and it's typically a small plate dinner, so $7, $8, $9, $10. You get something really nice. Beth Sogard, the preeminent caterer around here, sold out last week, which was really nice. I don't know if Clocks will sell out this week, but...
Well, that's great. No, I can't imagine anybody passing up on that kind of situation. These events are great to do, especially with the weather now, toward the middle of the end of summer, and
Isn't this nice
it's just
today?
pleasant, yeah.
This is lovely today. I know we were over at the fairgrounds 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I was going to make it through that thirsty.
The contrast is, I mean, it really has gotten nice. The fair is always warm, and it's just a great event. It's such a reunion, you don't care because you're seeing everybody. Yeah. But, I go out in 100-degree heat to see everybody and have a great time. But, to really come and relax in the evenings, this is just a great venue.
Yeah, well, I've never done anything like this in my life, and Jim asked me if I would help out, and I thought, well, what the heck, but you meet the nicest people. Susan comes back every year, right?
Well, Susan is an icon. I mean, my gosh, I have a bottle of olive oil from Amador Olive Oil at home.
Do you?
And I have a lot of olive oils because I'm Italian, and my wife, we buy a lot of olive oil. And I'll tell you, I just feel special when I use the Amador one. I don't know, just having it be local and knowing how you put that together, Susan, it's just amazing.
Anything new and different?
What's going on out there with you?
No, every year my oil's different, but it's the same old 100-year-old trees, same olives, same everything. But the weather determines, when I pick and how it tastes. So.
But it's also that the time that you drive those olives in that pickup truck down the road, and you're thinking about it, and it's part of your process of nurturing all year long and taking it to market.
That's true, yeah.
No 2 years are the same. I mean, you must really put a lot of effort and energy into it.
Oh, yeah, I do. And I have help. It's not just me. So,
well, it must be satisfying. Yeah, it must be satisfying to know and gratifying to know that people really appreciate it and, love having you here as a resource in Amador County.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
We are going to come out and tour your barn, I promise you that, and I'm going to make sure that happens during the summer here. Okay. I'm not going to forget.
Okay, that's a deal.
I don't know if you're interested.
Yeah, we just talked about the farm tour.
Yeah,
we just got all the details on that. That sounds like a great, and the locations.
That was a terrific introduction to Amador County for us. We were up here from the city, of course, retired, and you get to travel around these key little spots, and talk with people that created the county, and still running the farms, and that was a real treat.
I know. I came up here 13 years ago, and I'm still finding locations that I haven't been to.
Yeah. When is that? Did you guys...
Discovery, Susan just gave us the date on September 29th. Yeah. Comes up at the end of September on a Sunday. Yeah. And, boy, that's one to definitely get tickets for.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then Lee Hess comes back. This is a fascinating gentleman, if you've ever talked to him. The history of what he does and his operation. And if you want something really special, get some bread from this baker over here, and get some lemon curd.
Yeah, the lemon curd. I'm going to talk to. I know Kathleen is the queen of lemon curd. I'm going to go over and talk to her and Lee right now.
And
Awesome.
the other thing I would point out to Daniel D'Agostini is a regular every year. Salt of the earth. If you want to grow something, he's there to help you out.
Beautiful.
But he's got some new prints that he's been doing on a metal
metal backing. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at those.
They're gorgeous.
He's had beautiful publications in his books, and his photography is amazing. We're going to go over and talk to Daniel as well.
Glad you guys came
Yeah.
over. Well,
Thanks, Austin.
see you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to actually say hello to Lee, but since I'm over here, how are you? Great to see you. Why don't you tell us your new real estate offices over there next to Starbucks? They say Sally Bly, don't they?
S.A. Bly Real Estate. Be happy to help you.
I've always wondered the name S.A. Bly. That would Sally.
There you go.
You know, it's a perfect name, and you have a great location over there. I'm sure things are picking up here in Amador County.
Things are wonderful. They really are. They're going very well. We're seeing a lot of increase in everything, land, commercial, and residential.
That's great. I know I've seen a lot of your new realtors out there, and you're starting to grow with the times and economic changes.
Yes, we are. We'd love to see you anytime.
Yeah, well,
right
we are.
next to Starbucks.
Yeah, that's a perfect location. Have you put a hole in the wall yet where they can push through the lattes?
We keep asking for a pass-through, but so far they haven't given it to us.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Yet where they can push through the lattes?
We keep asking for a pass-through, but so far they haven't given it to us.
Oh, that's just go down to the planning department. I'm sure they can send somebody over. Lee, how are you? You've got that great honey production, and it's a spice. Some of it's even filled with some nice spicy hot.
It's Calaveras honey. We have our own beehives in McCollum Hill. And we use Bee Brothers in Copperopolis to be our bee keeper, and it's just a very nice working relationship that we have with them. But it's a wonderful product and highly recommended. And if you've got allergies, then this is some of the best that you're going to find. You take a teaspoon in the morning, don't even with no coffee, no tea, just a teaspoon of this in the morning. When you first get up, and then you'll start seeing an improvement in your allergies.
I do it myself. I have bees, and I do the honey. I throw it right into my coffee, and I put it on absolutely everything I have, and even in the evenings I'll throw a little honey on my dinner, and I try to eat as much as I can.
You can, and it should help you.
It does, and especially because those bees are getting that local pollen, and that's what you're becoming acclimated to, and it really helps out. Now, my bees are Italian. Are you using Russian bees? What kind of bees do you have out there?
Got really special bees there. That's super.
Yeah, I know
we just got plain old Calaveras bees.
Yeah, Calaveras bees. Now, they're probably Italian. If I come over, I'll check. I know how to check under their wings.
This isn't the only thing we do.
No, you do a lot of different things.
Yeah, we do a lot of heirloom tomatoes. Like this is Rose, and these are called Nebraska Wedding, and those are Moon Glows, and these are trophies. And then what we do is if we don't sell all these tomatoes, we take them back to our kitchen and we'll process them into these jars. We call them garden tomatoes, which are these here processed.
And you also have like a jalapeno honey. You like putting a little bit of everything in things.
Well, we have we then take and do salsa. We'll do Kathy will do some salsa out of the Moon Glows. I do salsa out of the rest of the tomatoes, primarily the Trophy, called Trophy, and there are the salsas.
You guys really know how to spice it up. I mean,
yeah, those are really nice. That's got a wonderful flavor to it. Yeah, got a wonderful flavor to it. Then we also
Kathleen is the lemon curd queen. She is the specialty with the lemon curd, and I know we've spoken before. You have a very special product with an incredible history. Was it your grandmother back or your mother back?
Actually, it was my mother's, but now I found out it was my grandmother's recipe about 2 weeks ago from a cousin. And my grandmother used to make it, apparently, and so I'm thrilled to bits to be able to sell it.
She was back in Europe somewhere?
In England.
In England?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's a special recipe to be continuing
and I
on.
realized, here's yellow and green, And then the salsa's yellow and green. So here we go with the moon glow.
Theme going, yeah.
I have a theme going, that's correct, yes.
Well, you didn't need a theme. You guys have a great thing going.
I'm very proud of it. I sell an awful lot of it, yeah.
Oh, you should be. That's a great product. You know, it doesn't take a lot. You just put a little bit on there. It just gives it a special
Did
taste.
you have some of it?
I did. I've tried it before. Are you kidding? I couldn't resist.
Right. Oh, I know. I'm very proud of it.
I know, it's great to see you doing multiple markets and really committed to the farmers market this season.
It's hard work.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Nothing comes easy in this world, you know.
Right. You got to stick with it, and it pays off. You have a wonderful product to get out to the people. I'm sure people are really appreciative.
And he works very hard with his jellies.
This is not, you have not covered the hot jellies.
Oh, no, yeah, I kept trying to mention that habanero with the jelly. Oh, my gosh, yeah. That is an unbelievable product.
Oh, yes.
And it is. That's one of the best sellers we've got. That one right there. It is. It's a wonderful seller.
Have you got a taster of it?
Yes, I do.
Yes, somebody wants one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet that would even get rid of poison oak. Do you think, Lee?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Wonderful for that.
That'd be a cure. The jalapeno. I've tried that one. Yeah. Habanero and the red jalapeno. Yeah.
It's a little less heat, but it's got a wonderful flavor because of the red jalapeno. And
that's a special product. You don't see that very often.
I don't think you'll ever. That's my own creation there, so I don't think you'll see it. And then we do nothing but just the red jalapeno. And the red jalapeno is a green jalapeno that's left on the vine long enough to turn red. And once it turns red, it improves its flavor and its texture. So we will pick it at that stage of its development and process it, and it just gives a wonderful flavor into the jelly.
Lee, all I can say, it's a good thing you retired.
Yeah. I never in the 14-hour days.
It's a good thing you're being able to bring this product out to the market. Wish you all the luck. Look at all these different products. Oh my gosh. All kinds of jams, berry jams.
We do the berries, blueberry, blackberry, cherry, strawberry. We do apricot peach. We'll do, I'll throw some habanero into the peach, and I'll call it toasty peach. I'll put some habanero into the apricots and call it a hint of hot. We just vary the names and the labels on there to make it very appealing. So, but we do grape jellies and just got an order for an apple jelly and pomegranate. Got an order for pomegranate. I've got to do that. And people just
custom items.
Just custom items is really what it is.
Well, you're the specialist at that sort of thing.
Yeah, we've been at it now about 5 years, and I'm becoming very, very good at it. It is just a wonderful product.
Well, your wife must wash your clothes every night. You must be like the stickiest guy in the county.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, good luck to you here. I'm over here with Alice. I don't know the name of I keep forgetting the name of your farm.
It's Casa de la Pradera.
Yeah, that's right. I can't even pronounce it. That's why I keep forgetting. One more time.
Casa de la Pradera.
That's such a beautiful name. And you have a lot of the greens. You see a lot of different fruit at the farmer's market, but you have some beautiful organic greens. And what's this particular one?
That's bok choy. It's a stir-fry green.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful, and all different types of vegetables, and throwing them into the wok and kind of frying them up a little bit, steaming them. And what is your favorite thing this year that you've been growing?
Well, look at this lettuce. I'm very proud.
I've never seen such a beautiful piece of bunch of lettuce.
Lettuce called red Grenoble, and it's just done beautifully. And all through the summer, I've had this. So I'm very proud of that.
You should be. That is just, you see the lettuce in the markets, and it's just, it's hardly enticing. And then you come to the farmer's market and you see a product like this. It's just beautiful.
Yep. Pradera means meadow, and the reason I can grow lettuce like this is that I'm in a low north-facing meadow, and so I have shade in the afternoon and the evening, morning and evening, and it's cooler.
And where do you actually grow the products?
My place is in Fiddletown.
Fiddletown, Alice. Yeah, look at these tomatoes. Now these are I've been growing the smaller little red ones, but I don't know the other colored ones.
This is called Cuban grape. and I stole the seed from a friend who had gone to Cuba.
Oh, yeah, I've not seen that color that small. I have the little tiny little tomatoes that I'm growing. I love cherry tomatoes, obviously, and then I've tried the smaller ones this year. They're very tasty. And your tomatoes, they look like, what are we looking at here? Look at these beauties.
That's a brandy wine. Yeah, so I grow mostly heirlooms. This is called Giant Syrian. The heart-shaped tomatoes are my favorite.
Is the heirloom, it always kind of cracks at the top?
Sometimes they do, yeah. And I pick them so that they're fully colored on the bottom and then ripen them a day or two on the counter, and then they're perfect.
Yeah, I noticed I've been growing them this year, the heirlooms, and they just start cracking even when they're very small. They just develop that right away.
Sometimes overwatering will do that, or
that's probably what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very hard to avoid that in this climate. So
such an incredibly tasting tomato with a little mozzarella. I mean, I just love heirlooms.
Yeah.
And we have some beautiful eggs here, and I have chickens myself. Which type of eggs do you have now?
I have Rhode Island red eggs, which are the dark brown ones, and then Americana are the colored ones.
Those are the ones that I have, yeah, the light blue.
And I love the Easter egg colors. They're beautiful.
Those are the two chickens I have, the Americana and the Rhode Island red. Those are just, I think, the best flavor in our local eggs. Well, have a wonderful evening tonight. This is like a catered event. This is going to be a nice event.
Yes, well, thanks. It's fun to be here.
Yeah, we're going to have to get this up to Pine Grove, don't you think?
I think so, yeah.
Thanks, Alice.
Thank you.
Good luck here. Well, I have to say hello to Daniel DiAgostini. Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but I have to say this is the most impressive selection of different types of fruits and vegetables that you brought here. Mostly vegetables, and I know you're...
Fruits. We got a little bit of everything on my farm.
You do. You have a beautiful farm, but it's the way that you, I think, photograph it. Your photography is absolutely amazing.
Well, yeah, I cover a lot of places. I'm a photographer, a writer, a teacher, and I've come back home. I was born up here in the Shenandoah Valley, and this is home to me. And what I'm doing, I'm the steward of a piece of land that I was born into. And I'm keeping it in a pristine state. There's no chemicals, there's no poisons. I farm totally organic and biodynamic.
Yeah, the biodynamic thing, tell me a little bit about that. I know, yeah, obviously you're third generation, so you're biodynamic to begin with.
Well, biodynamic has a lot of scary things for a lot of people, but it's bringing spirit into your farming. It recognizes that we're part of the cosmos. I look at the moon. I think about where the moon is in the sky, and the whole purpose of what I'm doing is building soil. So I'm a composter, and we've got about 75 longhorn cows and their calves on a hillside that used to be ours, and the man who leases it allows me to go, and my helpers and I collect all the cow pies, and then I recompost it, and that's what feeds my soil. And it's like building a house. If your foundation's good, the house is going to be strong. And so I make healthy plants, and they're not attacked by pests. And there's more worms per square inch in the soil that I have than probably.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Horned cows and their calves on a hillside that used to be ours, and the man who leases it allows me to go, and my helpers and I collect all the cow pies, and then I recompost it, and that's what feeds my soil. And it's like building a house. If your foundation's good, the house is going to be strong. And so I make healthy plants, and they're not attacked by pests, and there's more worms per square inch in the soil that I have than probably most places.
Well, connecting to the soil is one thing, but connecting collecting all that manure and things, because I have horses, and I know that is quite a task. It's not easy just to create, something from all that compost. I mean, it takes a real commitment. You spend a lot of time doing that.
Well, you do. I mean, I go under all the old trees where they're sitting on the hot days, and a cow has 4 stomachs, and so you've got all that enzyme action. And yeah, we fill up my pickup, we fill up my trailers, and it takes fully a month to build a 30-foot long 8-foot wide, 4-foot high pile. And then that composts on its own. I don't turn it, I don't do anything. I'd love you to come see it. And so this is the result is really wonderful food. And then I do it also to teach people. You know, I invite people up to see what can be done. I dryland farm grapes. We dryland farmed our grapes for 75 years. And then I photograph this valley and other places.
Oh, you do, and we're going to talk a little bit about your photography, but when people buy a lot of their fruits and vegetables in the market, you know, we don't know exactly where they come from or what's gone into it, and they're traveling halfway across the country in a truck somewhere. And
well, the average distance food travels to get to your market is around 1,800 miles. That's the average. And I'm a believer if you eat fresh and local, you're going to be healthier because it's vital. And you're supporting your local economy, your neighbors. I mean, we have enough land around here that we could fill all our grocery stores in Amador County and all eat local food. It's just a lifestyle. And so we got grapes right now, we've got beets, pretty soon we're going to have figs, we've got chards, and all winter long we can have local food. And you don't need as much when you have fresh food. You know?
It's amazing because you look slim and trim and healthy, and you know.
5 years old. And I'm going.
Weight Watchers that did that, or the Nutrisystems. That's like fresh local produce.
Yeah, I think the majority of my food's vegetables. I eat a little bit of organic poultry or fish, but most of it is just fresh veggies.
Right, and that value of that, those zucchinis are amazing also, you make sure you catch that. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your photography because please do. It's such a unique treatment that you've done with this. This is a metal backing with a high gloss finish on this
stuff. I do my own printing. I've been a master printer. My first public show was in 1982. Side by side with Ansel Adams.
You've done that for a while, no kidding.
Yeah, I was a black and white master printer, and now I do color, and I have to send this out to a custom lab. It's on aluminum, but this is the Shenandoah Valley, and there's another one I took over here that's...
Show the back of that before we move, because that is an unusual treatment. Will that flip around? Yeah, it's like a stainless aluminum in the back.
It is.
That's beautiful. You can hang that outside and let it rain right on top of that, I would think.
Here, and it's real modern style, and you can make them really big.
Right. And then you've also published these beautiful books. Now, you had a history with the wine caves. I know that Hellwig has a beautiful wine cave that they've just constructed out there, and I know there was a connection to you and your involvement with that cave.
There was. I mean, I did this. This came out in 2009, and I was working on another book at the time, and I saw a modern wine cave back in 1996. The last wine caves were created anywhere in the world in the 1890s. And then, almost 100 years later, 1981, a cave was created in Napa. And I'm talking about using road headers, a bore, it's a Welsh coal mining tool. And they bore into the earth. And since that time, we have over 150 wine caves, and they're so efficient because most people don't realize that in a barrel, you can lose 30% or more of your wine to evaporation. And people spend an exorbitant amount of money putting them in warehouses, putting swamp coolers in to try to reduce that, but they still lose that wine, so they have to top the evaporating wine out by thieving from another barrel. In a wine cave, you have 80 to 90% humidity. It stays 58 to 60 degrees, and you lose about 1%.
How efficient is that? Yeah, big difference.
And you're not paying to cool it. You know, and so they're popping up all over the world now. And the Hellwig Cave, someone gave Dave Hellwig this book as a Christmas present.
Oh, is that right?
And then I think it was Jamie Lebenko that actually made the connection between they and myself, and they came up, we had a little breakfast, and I introduced them to some of the builders that I got to know pretty well, and they really had a nice feeling with one of the builders, and Hellwig Cave as a result, and so I filmed the whole process of that but they're wonderful places to store wine, and we have a lot of old gold mines here in the hills, so it's really part of our heritage up here as well. It's for the new gold.
Oh, yeah, it really is. Well, we've taken the TSPN TV cameras into that Hellwig Cave. They took us for a tour of that. It really was. It's just a setting, you know, unique to nothing else that I've seen.
Was it a hot day when you went in it?
Yeah, well, it's always, you know, cool in there, you know, in the shade. I just like that shaded area, you know, and being able to sit down there. We're having a wedding celebration or an event down there. It's the perfect venue for that.
I have a neighbor who, I mean, even in the back of the hill behind my house, there's a tunnel, and we have one of the ore carts in our yard. And my neighbor, there are 3 different portals on his property, and he cherried one out a little bit, and he lets me use one of the tunnels to store my vegetables in the summer.
Oh, that's perfect.
Isn't that cool?
Well, you deserve that.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
anyway.
to be able to take advantage of something that special.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, this is home, and it's so great to be here, and I hope to share, you know, what I'm doing with everybody
you're
around.
Connected to the earth, but you've also maintained and taken forward your family history and the generation to generation. They must be awfully proud of you when they're looking down on you. I mean, I'm sure that you must think about that sometimes when you put all that time and energy into things.
I think about it all the time. I mean, if you ever come visit my house, the big plants and big shrubs were planted by my mom. I've changed and added things. But, you know, I've learned, I used to collect manure with my nanny, and she was this little peasant-looking Italian woman, and she'd go up with her wheelbarrow up to our barn and collect the cow pies, and I used to do that with her. And I'm doing the same thing now. I mean, we talk about organic as something new. Our grandfathers were all organic. It wasn't until the 1940s to now that, quote, conventional farming has taken over, and there's nothing conventional about it. Right. And when you think about it, it's very chemical driven. And so I'm just kind of retro in that sense. I'm going back to the way it used to be, and I think it's a healthier lifestyle. And by putting your hands in the soil every day and touching your food, you know where it comes from, and you can walk into my garden and eat anything and not worry about what's on it.
Look at the Italian garlic. I have to make sure that Austin sees some of that. That's just,
check this out.
I just love this.
But watch what happens when I take the outer skin off here. This is Italian purple.
Yeah, that is a
See, I leave that skin on just to protect it, but when you get that, now you have Italian purple. This is California white.
Right there, yeah.
But, oh, it's so good. And this is hard neck, and this is soft neck. The hard neck actually doesn't keep as long, but it's got more intense flavor. And so you want to eat your hard neck now and save these for a little later.
My grandmother, all at once. My grandmother used to stuff the purple into the leg of lamb, you know, just every little square inch, into the roast.
And you know what I do? I do garlic shooters. I take a clove and I slice it real thin. I put on a piece of cheddar cheese, and I have my white wine to start while I'm cooking to kind of get me thinking about things. And all my helpers, they go, "We're going to try this," and they all love it. You know, keeps you healthy.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing for you. That's for sure.
So right there, it just looks like, you know, white garlic, but it's really purple underneath. Yeah. And these things, check that out.
That's a different one.
If you see a Renaissance painting, you'll see tomatoes like that. That's a Costoluto Genovese, and it's an old heirloom. And so I like to grow the heirlooms as well as just, these are just good old slicers, and, you know, tomatoes and peppers and onions, and it just never stops. You know,
just good old things that everybody should have on their kitchen table.
Yeah, and it's year-round. We can grow year-round up here. You know, in the winter you put your fava beans in, and you can eat the butternut squashes that are growing over the summer.
Where do you go on vacation? I mean, you can't stay in the Shenandoah Valley, you know, all year long. Where do you like to go on vacation? When you leave, where do you go?
Well, I don't take a lot of vacation because every day is a vacation for me, honestly. But I went to Europe when I published my book. I went through France and Italy, saw my old relatives there. I went to Australia, beautiful place. The people in Australia are just awesome. But truly, I don't travel too much, and when I do, it's usually in the winter because I'm kind of stuck to the land.
You ever see foods out there that you try to grow back here in Shenandoah Valley?
Oh yeah, and I'm always I'm always looking for foods that will adapt here. I'm not real excited about too many super hybrids, but I'd like to have a lot of the old world foods, beans and tomatoes, and I'm putting in pluots. That's a hybrid. That's a brand new thing, but they taste pretty nice.
Well, I don't know. I think you're taking the word biodynamic and you're taking it to a new level.
Well,
what you're doing is a little more.
I take from biodynamic, which is a very specified type of farming. I've studied farming. I taught organic farming in the public schools. In fact, I drafted Delane Easton's when she was the state superintendent. I drafted her vision statement to put a garden in every school. And I had a huge school garden in Yuba City, California. It was pretty well known. And so I've read everything you can read about organics. I've grown up with a lot of old Italian.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
I've grown up with a lot of old Italian gardeners. Biodynamic is a very specified type of gardening that I respect, and when I go to their gardens, I've been so impressed. So I draw from all of them. And my main thing is nothing synthetic, nothing GMO. I think we just need to get back to having real clean food.
Right. Well, you're doing a lot more of that, and there's so much more to it that you're doing.
Put your heart in it.
Yeah, I can tell. There's a passion there for you. Daniel, it's an honor just being able to chat with you and talk a little bit about what you're doing, because it is a special thing, and I appreciate it. And good luck for the rest of the season. We'll see you at some of the other venues too as well. Great to see you. Thanks, Daniel. Well, Tom, you're filling the bags up full of goodies here.
You should have been here earlier. I had a full table.
Oh no, you still do. Your products are great. You're with Villa Bakery out there in Valley Springs, and I see you up at our Pine Grove Market as well, all over the county.
Yes, Calaveras and Amador County are my favorites. So
yeah, well, this is a great event tonight with all the catering, and you have a great
beautiful park, and yes,
it's a great thing. You know, I've taken some of your breads home, but you got a focaccia. I don't see. Where's the? Oh, okay. Look. Oh, this your. Oh yeah, your focaccia is absolutely incredible. Austin, take a look at these here. Look at that here. That's a beauty. I mean, I can just feel that's 3 pounds right there. I can just.
Losing money on it. I'm probably losing money on it. You better buy it quick.
I will. I'm going to grab one of those and one of your pies.
Perfect.
I'm not leaving here without some. I always bring your stuff home. You've got a great bakery.
Thank you.
And your selection of things, you know, you really do make an effort. It's hard to bring all the different items out here for the farmers markets, but you've got those little key lime pies. What are those?
These right here are little lemon meringue pies. I had a special order for lemon meringue at the bakery, so I made some pies for the farmers market.
I mean, where are you going to find a little lemon meringue pie like that at a farmers market? This is really a great selection, Tom.
Thank you.
And your breads, I'm going to grab a little loaf of bread too from you before I leave.
Oh, great.
I'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
I have to go over and say hello to the Rotary guys over here. I have to make a point. Of coming over and saying hello to Jim Collette. Jim, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Nice to see you here.
Great to see you. And Vino Nicetto is one of my favorites, and you're here with the Rotary Group and participating in the Farmers Market. That's a great event.
Yes, it is, and it's fun to see all the people enjoying the food and the produce and just having a good time out here. The kids buying their pies and things.
Well, you know, it's a lot of effort to run a winery, and I see you at all the different events, though, as well. I mean, it's an extra effort to get out to the community and stand behind the booth and pour a few of your wines. I mean, that takes a little bit of a commitment.
Well, it does, but we enjoy it, and it is fun, and you get to meet a lot of people, and fortunately in the wine business, most people that you meet are having fun, or at least want to have fun.
Yeah, you are in the right industry for that. Your labels that you have here today that you're pouring, why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, we have a Pinot Grigio from a cooler weather region from Clarksburg. It's the 2012. We do about 500 cases of that a year. And then next to it is our flagship Sangiovese. It's a Chianti-style Sangiovese. It's from our 21st 2010 vintage. It's 100% Sangiovese, the red grape, and Chianti. More California style, the 2009 Reserve Sangiovese, a little bigger, fuller, not quite the food match of the previous one. And then we have a Zinfandel from the original Grand Pear Vineyard owned by Terry Harvey that dates back to the 1860s. And finally, our Spritzy Moscato Frivolo, 7% alcohol, 7% residual, a little bit of bubbles in it. You know, nice dessert wine, or if we're in Italy, we'd use it as an aperitif.
Well, that's a beautiful selection. I know the Zinfandels, and there's a lot of great wines in that Clarksburg region. I'm seeing a lot of wines from that area.
Well, yes, and you can grow a number of things there. They have good hot days and cool nights. But it's a good deal cooler than here, which is why we do get some grapes from there. Otherwise, we stick to neighborhood. Yeah, that's right.
Type of grape. Well, Jim, thanks so much. Austin, make sure you get a good shot of that Rotary banner, because I helped Austin hang it up earlier and carry these tables out here. So that's a very important thing. And they're a big part of this particular farmers market event here in Plymouth, because you know, they're doing a catered food, and if you look at Austin's plate over there, he's bending over to get a drink. But Austin, show him your plate of food there. I want to make sure we need to take a quick look at what you're having for a little snack over there.
This is a little snack.
Oh yeah, from Clark's Corner. Look at that.
Oh, this is terrific. Yeah, this is the turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
you know, it's very
sandwich and some pasta. You can't
fresh
go wrong
bread,
there.
Pasta salad, yeah. And then they have brownies there also.
Yeah, nice and healthy food.
So might go back for dessert.
What a Rotary effort this is. What a lot of work there is involved in that, getting that food down. I did say hello. I was just about to say hello, Joe. How are you?
Good. How are you? Nice to be here.
Thanks so much for getting this Rotary event going and making sure you're a part of it.
Well, it's nice to be here, and good crowd and good weather today, I think.
People are sure coming out and participating.
Great crowd.
That's good. Well, we have you know, events for the farmers market up country, but they're not as nice as this one out in Plymouth. You're doing you're enhancing it a little bit. You're raising the bar, and maybe we'll get a little bit of that up country soon.
Another one of these Bay Area guys that's discovered Amador County.
Oh yeah, but he's solutions oriented, obviously, and you're trying to help things out a little bit. Yeah, I came up 13 years ago. You're not alone.
We were 10 years, so.
Yeah, I did the same thing. You're in good company up here, in Austin as well. I know we're a lot of transplants, and you got to grow where you're planted.
No, we're loving it here. I tell you, the peace and quiet. We had company from actually from Glen Ellen, which is not a metropolis, you know, but they came up, and you know, what do you notice is the absolute silence.
Right.
You know?
Well, that quiet thing, you never look back. You never think, I want to get back to those buses and those car alarms and all that.
Yeah. No, they had a wonderful time, and we have. We're blessed, so we got a little bit of land too. You know, we have a neighbor's cows on the land, and so the two little girls, 8 and 9, went over and played with the cows and fed the cows. You know, and just had a fantastic time.
Yeah, you're not going to get that anywhere in the Bay Area.
No, you're not going to get that not on the peninsula or island. So that's one to be able to offer that. You know, people could come up and enjoy that.
Yeah, we started, you know, we did have horses down there, but, you know, you just can't do the real full-on thing, and it's great to have a little land around you. Amador County is just the perfect place to be up here.
Oh, it is, and you know, like the fair a couple of weeks ago, I still have that in my head, you know.
And the kids, that's a memory for a lifetime growing up with a fair like that.
Oh, well, you know, we have the memories from Massachusetts fairs like that, the old Topsfield Fair, and they're going away, and we come out here and saw this, and I saw the sawmill, and I want to live with people who do things like that.
Well, you're here, and we're not going anywhere. We're not looking back.
Yeah. You guys are doing a great job, I think, for the county, too, and Susie and Tom. And
well, they've been doing it for 25 years, and a lot of people have come through those doors, and, you know, it's a question of just really giving the community, you know, what they want in terms of programming, and having a number, you know, producing 6, 7, 8 different types of shows now. It's really,
oh, that's wonderful.
They're working harder than ever.
Yeah, well, Susie used to invite me to come on and talk about the farmers markets. Then last year I couldn't do it. So Scott Mahone did it for me, and he brought his little girl, little Ellie, cute, blonde, 3 or 4 years old. Susie doesn't want me anymore.
Right.
Put Scott and Ellie back.
Oh yeah, we get upstaged. I do a few shows, but then somebody comes right behind you and they, hey, we want that person in here.
There you go.
I know the feeling. Don't worry.
Well, I'm going to sit down and eat
have your dinner, Austin.
Sandwich here, guys.
Great chatting again with you, and thanks for hosting us here at the Farmers Market here in Plymouth. And I can't think of a better place to be this evening, so I hope our viewers enjoyed the programming. And please stay tuned to more TSPN TV.
I'll never swim the river. It was there that I met her, there that I lost my best friend. I live in the mountains, I drifted up here with the wind. I may drown down in Stillwater, but I'll never steal a beer again. I grew up in an oil town, but my gusher never came in. And the river was a boundary where my darling I used to swim. One night in the moonlight, the swiftness swept her away. Now I live on Lake Shasta, it's where I swim. I'll never swim from the river again. It was there that I met her, there that I lost my best friend. Now I live in the mountains I picked it up in the I'm down in Stillwater.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.